sorry. I know what Freddie meant to you.
Да, блядь, я пиздец к ней привязалась. Она... Если бы мы с ней романсили, она бы не умерла. Должен же быть шанс, чтобы она не умирала. Это должна была быть я. Нет, ты ничего не знаешь. Мы бросили ее там. Как это произошло? Мы бросили ее.
I can't believe we left her there.
We couldn't have taken her with us.
Почему?
Hecate will... She'll take care of her.
I should be taking care of her.
Is that what happened to Calliope? Was she attacked by the Furies as you were?
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
The Furies. Sent by the same person, I imagine.
Но они не подчиняются никому из богов, только судьбам. Значит, это не могла быть Афина.
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
Even in our prime, none of the idols had the Furies at our beck and call. Perhaps Zeus, but he's long gone. I honestly didn't know the Furies still existed.
Clearly someone can do it.
I mean, unless they weren't sent.
Может, они сами пришли?
Unless they were responding to something else, something you'd done unwittingly. I'm sorry, I'm afraid your guess is as good as mine.
Почему они остановились? Что это вообще такое? Что Калио попыталась сделать?
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
They're not. Hecate called them embodiments of retribution, and I suppose that's the best description. They go back to well, the time before my memory. I was once told they were created to enforce the most ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Decrees one couldn't break, written
А
in
что
blood.
это за законы?
Laws even idols abided by in the days of old Olympus. But those surely died with Zeus. Even if they hadn't, you can't have broken any. They're not easy to overlook.
Так может, Калиопа что-то нарушила? Возможно, какой-нибудь закон, связанный с безопасностью для богов, а она сделала что-то, что подвергло их опасности, например. Почему они остановились?
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddie and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They're enforcers of the old laws. I imagine they decided the debt was paid, whatever it was, when blood was spilled. The blood didn't have to be yours.
So if Freddie hadn't interfered...
Then they would have come after you. And they wouldn't have stopped until they were through. Not ever.
А что Калиопа-то сделать пыталась?
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just feeling. I still don't understand why.
Well, apparently she wanted to
Да,
speak to the
связаться с
fates.
судьбами.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The fates are primordial beings, like the Furies. They're said to control destiny. Perhaps Calliope wished to know her destiny. Or change it. I'm not sure.
А может, не свою? Судьбы настолько могущественны?
Can these fates really control the future?
They're tied into fate, as I am. Perhaps they're even where my power stems from, or how Hecate's books are written.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with that.
Or you, apparently.
Could it have been the fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
I doubt it. If they didn't want to answer the mirror, I'm certain they simply wouldn't.
Да, знать бы больше.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the fates.
Why not ask them?
Ну, ты попытались, спасибо.
You two have caused quite the stir. Hecate is beside herself, and Athena is out of her mind. Well done.
How long have you been listening?
Long enough to know that you need another way to speak to the Fates, unless you're planning on trying the reliquary again.
No, not a chance. We'll find the truth on our own, Persephone.
Да нет.
If you sent Grace to wander about looking for Calliope's memories, you're already out of options.
Пользуясь случаем, раз она хочет сама нам помочь. Прекратите ссориться. Почему ты здесь? Какой другой путь?
Wait, what's this about some other way? What are you talking about, Persephone?
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
Как нам найти трон? Мы можем скинуть Аида. Ты это с самого начала планировала?
Is Apollo right? Is this something you planned all along, Persephone?
Meaning what? What, that I knew what would occur at the reliquary? Perhaps you think I'm the one who unleashed the Furies upon you.
You've waited for this opportunity for over a century.
Waited, yes. Bided my time. And the moment has arrived.
But you came here to help, right?
And I came here to help.
Ну, как бы мы поможем ей, она поможет нам. Правда, нахуя этот трон? Она и так, ну, могущественная. Куда больше-то?
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
Это не одно из тех правил, за нарушение которых за мной снова придут эти три девочки, мальчики, статуи. Мы нарушаем
So
правила?
if we go to Hades and find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into exactly?
A great deal.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
Как же мы найдем?
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. So your promise to help Grace was an empty one? Step up, for once, and do what she needs you to do. Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Ну, Персефона, конечно, тоже недобрая самаритянка, которая просто так нам помогает. Но все же... Раз
Is there
другого
really
выхода
no
нет.
other way to talk to these fates? Do we have to take the nuclear option?
Do you want to try going back to the reliquary?
No. No. Hell no.
The only other person with a direct connection to the Fates is Apollo here.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Then it's the throne or nothing, isn't it?
Well, it's another crazy plan, right?
Grace,
I know, but there's no point in stopping now, is there?
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies, according to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
Опа. А если она христианка? С этого надо было и начать. Разве он не пуст? Что это значит?
Hold on, wait. What does that mean? If her soul is in Hades, then...
It means the ruler of Hades can release her.
That's assuming everything remained as it was. Fine. I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
Ну, хоть подружку, может, вернем.
Shall I wait here, or...
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
Oh, this is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
Чтобы спасти Фредди, последний кусочек пазла.
It's the only way to find out why Calliope was trying to contact the Fates.
The Fates?
There's something going on, Hermes. I'm at the edge of it, but without the Fates, I'll never know the truth.
And that means going to Hades, with or without Athena's permission.
Okay. Signal when you need to come back.
You sure?
Yeah, feels like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go. Welcome to the real underworld.
Wow. It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect he'll be waiting for us.
А зачем ей становиться королевой ада, если формально она и так королева ада? Кто такой Орфей? Почему ты его не упомянула?
Who is this Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see, and with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours?
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
Почему ты его не упомянула?
You didn't think to mention earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
Oh, you'll see.
Но он же певец. Будем петь дуэтом.
Мастер слов и мелодий, один в своем роде. Рифмы матом чародей, и фары горит. Голос чист, как ручей, глубок, как колодец. Словно струны под пальцами души людей.
Пойдем.
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Come. It's time to cross the Styx. The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
А заплатить ему не надо? Ебать ты высокий.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Kore Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again. No, Corone, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
Ему довольно скучно тут, наверное. А интересно, куда тогда попадают души людей, которые, например, верят в греческих богов? Если тут Аид временно простаивает. Я здесь, чтобы спасти Фредди. Я с Персифоной. Я последняя муза.
Hey there! I'm Grace, idol and last of the muses. Is that enough?
Of course she's a muse. Why would she lie about such a thing? He says he's always liked the muses, and that you're very pretty. No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Corone. Stop asking.
Бедный Харон! Он всегда такой. Мы можем найти что-то, во что поиграть. Я не в настроении.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him. See? You don't even need to interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging him. Let's get underway, Corone. It's a long ride to the throne room.
Надо к своим подчиненным добрее быть.
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story. Every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne.
Is dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddy, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me. A child in a garden, a prize for a king, property, bound and gagged with silver and satin. I This hell is mine. I won't let it be forgotten.
Someone's coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
You
coming.
better be ready.
A wolf is waiting in the
He's a master of his
Someone's
craft.
coming.
We have to take
I
back
can feel them howling at the
what
moon.
is mine.
Forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been. What happened to the music?
Сука, хорошо.
I have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Betty. Welcome to my underworld. Let me treat you to a song, a welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse. Any requests? Questions?
What's your problem with Persephone?
Do, 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 loop it. I didn't do what I was told, didn't know that it was all a game. I didn't think that he would do it. Then Eurydice was gone. And Persephone stood right beside him and said, what a shame. He was always gonna kill her and you knew it. And I never got to have my revenge. My pain never ends. I see you now. Persephone won't turn my back. Won't turn my back on you again.
I beg your pardon. I wanna behave properly. It's not your song. You better stay open. She's a friend and a god.
Throne is for me. I won't let it be forgotten.
Persephone, your part in this will never be forgotten.
The throne was stolen after I murdered the king. You should be grateful and thank me for everything. And yet you scream like a boy. You kick the ground. I was a slave.
Eurydice is gone because you did nothing.
Orpheus, there was nothing I could do.
I saw your whispers, poison behind your king.
Wasn't me.
If I cannot have my revenge, you're the next best thing.
His bark is louder than anyone's bite. And he's no match for your godly might.
You're right. Killing is so unbecoming.
That's never stopped you before.
I did what I had to, Bard.
As do I, my former queen. As do I.
I'm an immortal. scroll isn't open. Your queen has returned.
Your Majesty won't let this man be forgotten.
Orpheus, you'll never be forgotten.
Блядь, не
The
знаю.
throne doesn't belong to you, and you know it.
If I didn't do what I was told, I'd be dragged across the palace floor. Hades can't hurt us anymore. But Eurydice is still gone. For what it's worth, you've my apology. But I assure you, nothing more. For deep down, you know that there's no revenge.
Pain never ends.
The pain never ends.
There's no revenge.
This was never gonna end the way you wanted to. And I won't turn my back. I won't turn my back on you again.
I'd forgotten how sweet a melody could be. Such thoughts become clouded in this place. Forgive me, my lady of the night.
An empty chair for an empty kingdom.
Я хотела выбрать ответ, что оба должны двигаться вперед, потому что, очевидно, Персефона просто хочет гештальт закрыть. Ну, как бы, во-первых, показать, что она чего-то тоже стоит, что вот я убила Бога, как бы я заслужила признание и заслужила, чтобы это помнили. И вместе с тем, как будто она была рабыней, а теперь станет вот условно прям полноправной правительницей. Но вместе с тем, как будто хорошо было бы отпустить это и, ну, вообще забыть нахуй про этот Аид. Ну, закрыт он и закрыт. Ты здесь была рабыней, ты сбежала. Все, нахуй тебе сюда возвращаться. Сейчас сидеть еще будешь тут, каждый день вспоминать о том, как тут над тобой издевался Аид. Но мне надо спасти Фредди, поэтому как бы пусть будет королевой. Еще можно попросить сказать. Ну ладно, давайте скажем это.
It doesn't sound like it brings you anything but bad memories.
Perhaps you're right. All the reasons I wanted it are long gone now.
Feel better?
Yes. That makes what I have to tell you all the more difficult, however. I lied. Even if we could find Freddy, you couldn't bring her back. The laws of death are not so easily circumvented.
And the fates?
They will not help you or anyone. Even if you could speak to them, they will not care. And never have.
Так это все был пиздеж, да? Угу. Угу, прикольно сходили. Могла бы и сразу сказать.
You didn't once consider telling me? I might have helped you regardless.
You, perhaps. But Apollo? I suppose we'll never know.
Ты меня наебала.
I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you're you. And I believed what I wanted to believe.
Grace,
The irony is that you didn't really want the thing you did all this for. So we walk away with nothing.
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet, you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
О,
Freddie, you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
блин, она такая хорошая. Блин, можно ли было сделать хоть что-то, чтобы она не умерла? Не надо было тебя вовлекать, но почему? Хотела я бы это исправить.
I do. I want to go back. I want it all to go back. It's not supposed to end like this.
This isn't the end. Hey, it's not by a long shot. You still have a whole story to finish.
Without you.
Yeah. Without me.
I don't want to.
Well, I don't blame you. I happen to be really good company. Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
Да ладно. Блин, наша подруга даже после смерти нам помогает.
Calliope? This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace. Idols don't...
Is inside Grace. The rest of me... I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
Ого. Так, а когда вся душа пробудится в нас, она отсюда типа испарится? Она может рассказать, кто убийца.
Я тоже не верил, но когда сначала факты, потом очевидцы и сам покойник, я говорю, кто тебя убил? Он говорит, ты.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if that's true, then...
The Eidolon is what makes us an idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is
Бля,
passed
она нам не поможет.
on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection. It's why the idols have forgotten so much. You knew this truth once, Persephone. Long ago.
Так, ну я так догадываюсь, вы были не просто друзьями.
I guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
Расскажи, что произошло.
We need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have. But I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo's prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No. I don't suppose he could have. It's a long story.
нас есть куча времени. Я думаю, я понимаю. Расскажи, кто убил тебя. Начнем с Аполлона. У нас много времени. Ну пусть она расскажет, что она там понимает.
You don't mean to say that Apollo is responsible for your death, right? But his prophecy is.
Yes. It said I needed to die.
Someone else knew about the prophecy. Athena.
No.
Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I barely escaped. I fled back to the mortal world. To you.
Может, конечно, окажется потом, что это все-таки не она. Но я воспользуюсь случаем, чтобы сказать, а я же говорила. Сколько детективов было перечитано, сколько пересмотрено для того, чтобы подобные истории просто не оставляли ни единого шанса для интриги. Но я очень надеюсь, что в конце что-нибудь как-нибудь еще повернется, и окажется, что Афина тоже пешка в этой игре, что-нибудь такое. Ну, потому что иначе, блин, предугадать, кто убийца в детективе с самого первого акта. Ну, вы серьезно. Расскажи, почему пошла в реликвию. Расскажи о пророчестве.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing. Though I expect he disagrees.
Блять, то есть если бы он ей не рассказал, то тогда бы пророчество не было запечатано? Или... Мне казалось, что судьба запечатывается в тот момент, когда пророчество прочитано, а не когда оно рассказано тому, о ком было. То есть в любом случае, как только он ей погадал, то все, судьбу прогадал. Так что там было?
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it. Just like
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
То есть мы, получается, тоже были в этом пророчестве, да? Почему она нам его не хочет рассказывать? Я думаю, если бы это было пророчество о ком-нибудь другом, мы бы не были в нем запечатаны. А если мы там есть, то она нам скажет, и все, мы не сможем избежать этой судьбы. Очень странно работает эта хрень. Я думала, реально было бы логичнее, если бы пророчество работало так. Ты его прочитал, все, оно сбылось. А не то, что до тех пор, пока ты об этом не знаешь, все хорошо. Но, кстати, это объясняет тогда, почему Аполлон за нас вступился. Потому что он знал, что мы будем в этом пророчестве, и ему стало стыдно. Оно и обо мне, да?
It doesn't just involve you, does it? It involves me. It must, or you wouldn't hesitate.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
Подожди, стоп, я не хотела, чтобы ты мне его рассказывала. Я хотела сделать намек, но я не хотела, чтобы ты говорила о нем. И чё, типа теперь все? Судьбу нельзя изменить? С другой стороны, в этом пророчестве не говорится, что мы должны умереть. Тут говорится, что идолы будут спасены, если мус не будет. Но если меня не убивать, просто идолы не будут. Херня какая. Ну, то есть, Понятно здесь у кого какие ставки, Афина за идолов, мы за саму себя, но, грубо говоря, это пророчество не говорит о том, что надо нас убивать. Более того, термин, что подразумевает под собой термин «идолы будут сохранены»? Так как пророчество требует интерпретации, пожалуйста, я мастер интерпретаций, обращайтесь. Училась 6 лет, чтобы интерпретировать любую херню. И я говорю вам, что термин существования можно интерпретировать по многим разным способам. Возможно, существование в том виде, в котором они есть сейчас, невозможно, пока есть музы. Потому что музы, они стимулируют развитие, изменения. А боги сейчас находятся в стагнации. Соответственно, они не могут существовать вместе, потому что музы будут двигать их вперед. А Афина, грубо говоря, их текущее состояние требует стабильности. И это входит в противоречие. Так что либо вы убиваете последнюю музу, и тогда вы в этом своем стабильном коконе остаетесь прежними, либо вы не убиваете музу, но тогда вы прежние распадаетесь, умираете, исчезаете и возрождаетесь, как феникс из пепла, новыми. Возможно, для вас это лучший вариант, потому что то, что я вижу сейчас, это печальное зрелище. Все боги нуждаются в психотерапии. У одной суицидальные мысли, у другого депрессия, у всех ПТСР, у каждого второго какие-то проблемы межличностного характера. У всех неразрешенные какие-то проблемы, которым миллионы лет, которые не могли разрешиться до тех пор, пока мы, 20-летняя девочка, не появились и не спасли день. Поэтому, ребята, вам лучше, двигаться вперед. Вы точно хотите так жить? Жизнь ли это? То, чем вы занимаетесь, это не жизнь. Это жалкое существование. Вам должно быть стыдно, какая у вас была жизнь тогда и кто вы сейчас. Короче, я все интерпретировала, все, меня убивать не надо. You're welcome. Почему ты шла в реликварий?
Why did you go to the reliquary?
Чтобы разрубить
You know
судьбу,
about the
наверное.
mirror, but
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
And the Fates are the only ones who could. If they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
Возможно, она нарушила правила. Возможно, нельзя вмешиваться в судьбу. То есть, ты узнала свою судьбу, ты не имеешь права ее менять. Возможно, это какой-то из законов, который был написан мелким шрифтом внизу под звездочкой. Ты пошла к пану за ключом.
you went to Pan for the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh. Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
А я-то тут при чем?
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
Спасибо тебе. Как смело ты втянуть меня в это. Ты не дала мне выбора. Спасибо. Но это не твоя вина. Ты не дала мне выбора.
I wish you hadn't. You didn't give me any choice.
I wanted to. I thought I would at least have time to explain.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have believed you.
The Furies, they kept coming. It was all I could do just to reach you. I am so sorry, Grace. I truly did not mean for it to be like this.
Она также странно носит кольца, как и Фредди. Интересно, это что-то значит? Ты винишь Афину? Теперь мы знаем правду. Аполлону стоило нам сказать.
Do you blame Athena for what she did?
She wanted to save the idols. And I wanted that too.
Well, I blame her. And Apollo for not telling us what she'd done.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
We don't know that.
Да мы уже как бы теперь втянуты в это все. Это нечестно, что теперь... Ну вот и оно.
It isn't fair, Freddy. This isn't how it's supposed to go.
So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go. I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go. It's time to
Это грустно.
within my soul. You will remain with me, a best friend through the dark. Gone, you're irreplaceable. It's time to go. It was quick and so was I. I was not prepared to die, but Grace, I choose this, and I know you'll die. It's time. So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud, Grace.
Freddy, I gave everything to watch you go. I know. Now it's time to go.
It's time to go.
А мы что, не сможем спускаться в Аид и видеть ее? Ее ж душа никуда не должна деваться. Она же должна жить.